I'm super excited for this one. I am joined in the studio, the virtual studio, for this next session by Florian Gallier, the Strategic Partnerships Manager at Moses Engineering. Florian, welcome.
Well, thank you for being. It's great to be here with you, and
I'm really looking forward to this conversation. This is about some AI and virtual production techniques that are close to my heart. So let's kick in. So, talking about AI tools, how are you beginning to utilize those tools, and what tools in your virtual production pipeline?
well, a lot actually. I mean, as you know, at Moses we're all about precise robotics, precise tracking, and software in general for virtual production. But for us, it's not just about the technology we create in the first place, but it's also about how to push it to the next level. So of course using, it's really hard to avoid AI these days, right? So for us it's also important, but we think more about like AI
for multiple subjects.
No, okay. About AI powered tools rather than Gen AI, for example. And for us it's really important. I'll talk about, for example, we do motion capture with no suits today. And that's AI powered in a way, you know, because it's based on machine learning, for example. And, we talk about all that. But we also have new ways to capture the world now, and I think there is also some examples we can show, but to capture the world very quickly and bring it in studio. That's what changed the things. I don't know. Oh, you actually have some example of here of motion capture with no suits. That's a great example, because before, if you are a presenter or you know, for example, like a CEO giving a presentation or other, you're not gonna put on a mocap suit for a presentation, right? So being able to do motion capture in real time with no suits, it's really groundbreaking, and that's, we could say, AI powered, right? Because it's all with machine learning that we developed this technology called mocapture.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that really genuinely is super exciting, and to see how far you're getting with that really does excite me. So my favorite word in virtual production, the virtual production dictionary, is the Gaussian splats. So what is a Gaussian splat, and how do you use it?
It's always a funny name to explain. At the beginning, what are you talking about? But yeah, that's a great question and great example of using also new technologies for virtual production. To simplify it, I think Gaussian splat is capturing the real world, being on location, like we are used to on film scouting, for example, but bringing it in the studio as a virtual environment, but very realistic and very quick and easy to capture. It's really new as well, the way of using that. So at Moses, we have really developed pipeline in collaboration with other companies, for example, Volinga, to have really accurate color. So we see here, for example, an advert that we shot in half a day with 5 locations, and they're all real locations that we brought in the studios. It took us less than 10 minutes to capture it. Imagine, like before it used to be photogrammetry, you do 5,000 pictures and you 20 hours of rendering. No, it's really quick. Like we have it here. And imagine we can do an advertisement with real location brought in the studios in half a day and 5 locations. It's really groundbreaking. But it's about having the right colors, the right perspective, etc. So we really worked on all that so it works smoothly from pre-production to post-production.
And I mean, boy, do we need it. We need these faster processes to come into the pipeline and the craft. So let's just talk about, so virtual elements, right? They're typically static objects, right? Or an environment. But will AI allow us to interact more with our environments in the future?
Absolutely, yes. I don't know if we have an example here, but we were talking about motion capture with no suits earlier, right? So thanks to that, because we know where the presenters are in the space, you can see my colleague here actually kicking virtual balls in Unreal. Actually,
amazing! Look at that.
These balls are virtual. And that's because we know precisely where he is in the space. So thanks to that, because we know where the object is, we know precisely where the camera is, we can do that in real time. And now it's used, now you can see in a sort of corporate presentation where you will see she will take the asset and control it with her hands. So it means now it's bringing more interactivity with virtual production, but not necessarily just for film, for broadcast, even like this kind of setup for even, let's say, corporate, for example, CEO presentations. You can bring the pie chart and show it to the audience. So it's really, I think, democratizing virtual production as well.
Yeah, that's so exciting, isn't it? That we've come like so rapidly in the last year.
It's going very quickly.
With some of these tools. Thank
it's
you
exciting,
so much.
Right?
It absolutely is. I mean, I honestly could ask you to stay and we could just carry on talking about this. Thank you for joining us and for sharing your knowledge.
Thank you so
with the
much.
audience.
It's great to be here with you. Thank you.
Thanks, Florian.